New information is out on the HEAL stimulus check and stimulus package. Hey everyone, Kevin here. Let's get started right away on this new stimulus information. First, the unemployment boost that Republicans are proposing of $200 and then 70% of wages starting in October is estimated to cut unemployment benefits across the country by 51%. That means our economy from unemployment will have 51% less money to keep businesses afloat, given that unemployment boosts are almost directly correlated with higher spending, even if it's on things like food. Based on White House reporting, it is very likely that this number gets negotiated up substantially, especially since many Democratic seats are in high-income states, where a high unemployment boost directly correlates with more spending and a larger economic boost in those areas. Think California, think New York, think Jersey. And even Republican leaders in those states like and would benefit from a high unemployment boost, not only for their constituents, but also politically. We are in an election year. I personally expect the unemployment boost to get pushed up to $350 to $500 as a flat rate. And I wouldn't be surprised if the scale down to 70% gets kicked back in time or eliminated entirely. The kickback in time might make sense because of election politics as well. If they push it back to, say, November or December, this would be very popular, in my opinion, for the election, as things would be very simplified with potentially a larger boost through the election. No guarantees on that part. Democrats are not the only ones upset about this substantial reduction. Keep that in mind. Those Republicans in the higher states would benefit. So there are Republicans against a lower boost as well. Even though we know that there are some Republicans like Rand Paul and Senator Ted Cruz who don't even want to do another stimulus package. Currently, the lawmakers are seeking to extend an eviction ban. We've heard this from both Republicans and Democrats. However, Democrats are the ones pushing especially hard for the eviction ban to be included because we have not seen it actually included yet. They're also pushing for that higher unemployment boost, and they have now officially demanded that heroes and essential workers receive benefits. After all, the HEROES Act that Democrats passed in the House includes benefits for essential workers and heroes. However, the Republican version does not. Democrats also fear that the 70% figure for unemployment will complicate reporting by those on unemployment and actually discourage people from taking the help they need anyway, which is almost a double-edged sword, because now you have people falling into poverty and not taking the help that's even available for them because it's too complicated to report these figures and to work with unemployment departments in the first place. After all, there are still about 40% of people who haven't received their unemployment pay from the first round because these unemployment departments are so difficult to work with and they're booking people out 2 months for appointments. And you can't really blame the people here. Think about the roller coaster that many of us have been on. First, we're getting checks, then we're not getting checks. Okay, then we're getting $1,200 checks, then maybe it's $2,000 checks. No, it's not $2,000 checks, but they're going to be more generous checks. No, they're just the same $1,200. And then maybe checks will get delayed. Okay, no, yes, now checks are coming. This roller coaster is devastating to people's psyche. And it's unfortunate because I feel terrible even having to report this kind of roller coaster. It just creates anxiety and it's sad. Although hopefully I can help provide clarity. Democrats have previously called for over $2 billion in housing assistance and tenant assistance in the HEROES Act. The HEALS Act only pledges about $3.5 billion, next to 1.5% of what Democrats were looking for. Bailouts for big businesses have also now been authorized to continue by the Federal Reserve, who will now continue backstopping major credit markets through the end of the year. Now, there's actually some good news for small businesses this time in your community. New details are out on a working capital loan that we were expecting to hear from. These working capital loans will be new SBA 7A loans that will offer 1% interest, 20-year loans, and you could borrow twice as much as your business revenue from 2019. Interest and principal payments are deferred for 2 years. However, you need to show that your income has declined 50%. These loans must be repaid, though they're fully guaranteed by the government in case you end up closing your business. I did not see a personal guarantee requirement. The reason this is good for small businesses is they can take advantage of the PPP, the new tax credits, and this loan program to try to stay alive without personally going bankrupt if they don't. It's another lifeline for their business, so to speak, without a personal guarantee. Yesterday, I broke down 10 ways to get free money from the HEALS Act. I encourage you to watch that if you haven't seen it yet because it breaks down into detail all of the credits. One of them, for example, was the employee retention credit. This benefit was almost quadrupled from the CARES Act, and it really shows the priorities in the Republican bill. It goes to show the divisions that we have. Democrats want to help the people. They want money for the post office. They want money for food stamps, essential workers, renters, households, and states. Republicans are mostly focusing their bill on encouraging businesses to hire people and encouraging businesses to spend with a little bit of salt and pepper for the people. Hopefully these bills will merge and will actually end up with something that benefits both sides of the aisle because our country isn't just made up of businesses, it's also made up of people. Thank you for your time. If you've appreciated this update, please consider joining the over 4,000 people who subscribed to the channel yesterday. I promise to bring you details that no one else is bringing you and perspective you can learn from. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.